It's just a noise. All right. So we are now online, Facebook Live. So hello everybody. This is Lady Aga Show, and this is our first real interview show. So we are starting again in a new way, in English. So thank you for joining, everybody. And today we have an amazing person, Stephanie Larsen. She is an author of MAster Chacra book, Discover Your MAster Chakra. And it's a very interesting, deep, mystical knowledge, but very actually practical. And we will be talking about a lot of things, like the topic is, there's a lot of different personalities connected to our energy centers, which are called chakras, and they have different colors responsive to every single chakra. She will explain how we can actually consciously use this powerful construction of our body and increase our talents, make our existing good qualities stronger, but also develop the qualities maybe we're missing. So I want to invite our guest, and you can meet Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Thank you for joining our show. I'm very happy to have you as our guest. And I know that your book is selling pretty good. You already sold 5,000 copies.
Yes, and it's been translated into 6 languages now as well. So maybe it will be translated into Polish. I don't know yet.
Well, we're going to work on it.
Yeah, maybe that will be next.
Yes, a lot of Polish people are very interested in that topic. I do Polish radio production for 8 years. So a lot of listeners there, at the beginning, it was very hard because they thought that maybe that's something against the Catholic or Christian religion. But once they found out that this is all neutral and spiritual knowledge and actually very scientific, that actually you can help yourself. And that's why I'm happy to have you here, because you can actually explain a lot of things which maybe would be misunderstood in the past. And people can understand it from more like scientific, psychological point of view.
Yeah, I agree. I
like that you finish, because you are very educated. You did master degree of English literature, so you're writing books, but you're using your also knowledge based on spiritual beautiful wealth you accumulated, meeting different teachers, spiritual masters, enlightened people. And one of them I also want to talk about, which you told me, is Joseph Crane, who is a big influence if it comes to gaining so much information about how our body is operating and how deep you can go to the rabbit hole to find out what is your unlimited potential and how to handle those different topics which we do not actually understand yet. So I would like you to talk from the beginning, how maybe your story a little bit, how you started, how you got interested, and how it came to this book.
Well, that's a good question. So I think that a lot of people who are looking for something spiritual, they do it because they have pain. So I had a lot of pain from a divorce. So that's why I was looking for something to help me. And I went to a conference, and that's where I met Joe Crane, who was just one of the speakers at the conference, but I was really interested in his explanation of the personality, because even though I had heard a lot of different explanations of personalities, this one seemed to me to be a lot bigger and more important. So I just decided to take his classes, and then eventually I was able to understand it a lot better than a lot of other people. And so that enabled me to be able to explain it in a more simple way. And that's the reason why I got to write the book about it, because I just worked with so many different people of each personality type, and I knew that that's what they were when I was working with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I kind of gathered all the practical knowledge about it. But what's interesting about Joe Crane is he's in his 70s. He's like an American white guy. He drinks, he smokes, he drinks coffee all the time. He's like a normal dude.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in the military. And he went to Vietnam, a lot of men from his generation went to Vietnam, and he was in one of the ships that got bombed. So his ship was going down, and he heard a voice telling him where to go. So he followed the voice, and a lot of people followed him, and they all followed the voice, but he was the only one who could hear the voice. And then they got out, and he saved a lot of people because of that voice, and he thought it was a person, but it wasn't a person.
Oh. Interesting.
So it was an angel, so it was Archangel Michael who was talking to him, but the way that he heard that was a person, like it was so real to him.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what started him on his journey with angels. So why are angels important? Why are the angels coming in? I think because the angels told Joe that the information about the chakras that I'm going to talk about was really important, and they told him to share the information. So it just kind of came down through that chain of people. So I guess I'm part of the chain.
Nice. Good to have you. Because we are very hungry for all kind of information which can help us,
Right. So I'll just tell all the people listening, what are the 7 personalities. And I am going to tell you like an expert, so hopefully you agree with me, but if you don't agree with me, that's okay. But I am going to talk like I know what I'm talking about. So, so there's only 7 different types of people. Okay? Like, you either have this mindset of you're a boss, or you're like a salesperson, or you're a philosopher, or you're like a doctor, or a teacher, an artist, or like a maid. So there's other words that I can use to describe these 7 different types, 7 different kinds of people. But those words, I think, people who don't speak English very well, I think are easier for them.
Right. Okay.
And so that's why I picked those words. So, but those words are also most of them in my book. So, I mean, I use them with everybody. But anyway, so if you're, for example, if you're a boss, the way that connects to your body is all your energy and your motivation and everything, it's coming from the root of your body, like the bottom, like where the spine starts. So that's like where the genitals are. So that's the root, the bottom, okay, of the trunk of the body. And so the leader's mind and heart actually comes from there.
Wow.
And they connect through that place. And that's how they become enlightened to what they are supposed to do. So the leaders will actually hear from God what is next. And they hear that first before anybody else. So that's why that's one of the types of people, okay? Because we all need somebody to tell us what to do. Sometimes, right?
At the beginning of our life, especially.
Yeah. So you can have a little baby who is like this, okay? That kid, maybe the kid is 2 years old, starts telling you what to do. Then that's normal. for this type of a person. And this is where we start to get confused because we think, well, that's a child. Why should the child be telling me what to do? But the child knows what to do because that's their gift. That's who they are. Now, there's positives and there's negatives. I'm talking about the positives right now because I think we need to focus on the positives, right?
Right.
Okay.
We have too much negativity in our life, so let's find the solutions.
Yeah, so it's like, don't take it personally if the boss knows what you should be doing. Okay? And a lot of people take it personally. They don't want someone to tell them what to do. They resist that. But if you just open your mind, because you realize this person is a natural leader, and maybe they know something I don't know, then you're going to have a better experience. Because you'll have a more open mind and you'll understand, hey, that's normal. Instead of, no, that's not normal. Who are you?
Yeah,
so this actually, it helps you know someone even before you know them. You can know them. See? You know? Because like, I have a grandma who's a natural boss. And my grandma, I see my grandma everywhere because I see lots of people who have this gift. So I now know more about them because I know my grandma. See? Even the guys. Because the personality traits are very similar when it comes to the core reason why they exist, what drives the person. So this is about what drives you. This is about what motivates you and pushes you to help someone. That's what I'm talking about.
So basically, if someone is located on the first chakra,
yes,
and work on it more and more, can actually develop more leadership skills, right? If it works consciously.
Right, because a lot of people, they kind of know this is me, but they don't accept. They don't really like claim or accept, or they think maybe I'm wrong. So something that happens to a lot of the leaders is they start listening to other people.
Oh, very good point.
Yeah.
Very, very powerful point. So
but that's not good.
That's not good. So how to be, for example, sure that if I feel like I am a leader and I think I am right, how do I really know that I'm not wrong and I'm not following wrong path?
Okay, because if you're a leader, right, you have to look at your ego. Is your ego in control? Like Donald Trump is an example of a leader whose ego is in control. Some people love that. Other people don't. Okay? But when you're really being, if you really trust yourself and you feel like, I said a prayer, I trust myself, I'm using my heart, I'm good, then I say you're right.
Okay. So basically the lower chakra has to be connected also to the heart chakra, because if we want to be truthful to what's right, not only what ego tells me as right. So there are like two different flavors, ego and heart, right?
Yes, good, very good.
So okay, so basically if we go higher, so the higher chakras influence the lower chakra.
Yes, you still have to use all of the chakras. You still have to use your whole energy body, all of the colors, all of these personalities I'm talking about. You must all use all of them. However, what I'm saying is that there's one that is very, very important and dominates the dominant. But yeah, we still need all the other ones to help that one.
Okay, and that color is red, right?
That is red, so yes.
So if you want to be a good leader and attract more the energy of leadership, you should wear more red?
Yeah, I think so. I think that would be good. You also, I think, if you really want to develop that, is you have to listen to yourself and you have to listen to God, and then you have to act. You have to act, take more action all the time.
Amazing. I love that. That's what leaders do. They don't wait and they don't think 10,000 times
No,
until they lose the concept of what they're actually about.
good. No hesitation. Just go do it.
Go
Get it done, or have someone else do it. See, the leaders like other people to do everything. They need other people to do all the things they want done.
Mm-hmm.
So the leader needs a team. So even if you're like, let's say you're a janitor or you work at the airport and you take the luggage off the rack, okay? Still, you're the boss. You have to understand, you might be the boss and your actual real boss might not be a boss.
Oh,
Do you see?
very interesting.
So you are still...
We're getting more and more into the rabbit hole. You guys,
so that should give the person a lot of feeling of power and a feeling of confidence. Because, okay, now you have to trust your vision and you have to understand that this vision is sacred and you are supposed to do this vision. And if you don't do this vision, you're denying yourself. You're pushing yourself away. Mm-hmm. So to be a better leader, you need to open yourself up to what you hear and what you feel, you know, and go for it.
So basically, like, when you say vision, it connects to probably the highest chakra, which is the artist, right? Which has the creativity, the talent to develop things, right? So that's how important is like those different chakras which are connecting you to different maybe qualities, characteristics. Kind of like if you want to be the highest, the most powerful leader, then you need to actually learn other skills of other chakras, right?
Right. That's very good. And that's the point that you are making. That is a point that I think is very, very, very wise.
So basically,
true.
Yes. So basically, because like why I think it's important to connect to higher chakra, which is, for example, the artists, where we're gonna talk a little bit later. Which has vision, which has power of creativity, of envisioning things with imagination, has huge imagination, right? Connection to this right side of the brain, which is like the infinite intelligence, which gives you the ideas, like Einstein, right? Created something, whoops, suddenly you got the idea, right, from somewhere. So basically, I think that going with self-development, which is actually spiritual development, help you to, if someone is a boss in, for example, being in a cleaning service, right? Maybe he cannot yet envision himself being a boss in a big corporation which owns buildings in New York City. And that's why maybe we sometimes are stuck in some position because we do not allow ourselves to imagine ourselves more. Like dream bigger. Like allow ourselves bigger vision.
Right.
So we're putting that together, guys. Very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the first step is to become aware of your color or your chakra and the personality place you are, and then to use it all the time instead of only sometimes. You want to use it all the time. Like, always think about, how can I do this? How can I be more of myself?
That means be boss of my life, be boss of my body, right? Control myself, control my life, control my body, because that's how that's what means to be a leader. You need to first start from yourself, right? So you can go a step ahead and be example to follow for other people.
Right, and it's also like this gift, this personality is actually very motherly. It's like the mama bear, right? So It wants to protect people, and it wants to encourage people, and it wants to guide people in the right direction. And it wants to tell people what to do. That's like a mom, right?
That's nice explanation. I love it. Because a lot of times people have this negative connotation of like hearing the word boss. Oh, that means someone controlling, someone pushing me to do things he doesn't want to do.
Right, you're right. But I have to say, a lot of people who are bosses, they are not a natural leader. So that's part of the problem. And then, you know, it's okay to be a boss if you're not a natural leader, but you have to develop your root chakra. You have to you have to get a good idea of what a leader is, and then put it with your heart and do the things that the people I'm describing all do automatically.
So that's amazing.
So,
because this is like one even chakra has a lot of knowledge and actually deep information to be discovered to put us into right perspective what it means to be a leader, great, amazing leader of our own life, and become a leader for our family, maybe children, become a leader for, like, if the man wants to be a leader for a woman, or woman also wants to be a feminine leader for a man, right? Like you say, like a mother. So basically this is amazing that we have to understand every single other chakra and how to say, work on those other qualities like imagination as an artist, like a teacher, as a person who has the knowledge on different topics, right? I think, Stephanie, what we're gonna do, we will do the show, few shows, because I see there is a lot of information on each station, which is each chakra.
Yeah, we won't have time to do all the chakras on this show, but we will do all the chakras.
So let's do every chakra as a one show, okay? So right now we are talking about the first chakra, which is the base chakra, which is responsible for the red vibration, red color vibration. And this is, like you said, the leadership, being a boss. So a lot of people, for example, have a problem with this. Like, let's talk a little bit negative about it.
Hey, let's do.
Right? Let's talk a little bit about lack of it, because a lot of people don't even know what they want in life. Like, a lot of people don't know where they're going. They just follow the crowd. So leader is someone who knows what he wants or she wants, right? Someone who really know what's my goal in life, right? So what to do if someone doesn't know what to do? Like, they don't know what they want to do. They try different things, but they like lost. They're 50 years old and they still don't know. They're stuck in job they hate, for example.
Okay, well, do you want the easiest solution?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you are really lost, you need to go find a red person, like I'm talking about right now, and ask them what to do.
Yes.
That's the easiest way.
Awesome.
Like, for example, let's go to another color just for a little minute.
Mm-hmm.
I am a teacher. I am a blue. You are all coming to me for knowledge right now, because it's my job to give it to you. Mm-hmm. So this is my job. So if you need to know more about spiritual, you can come to me. Okay, great. But you need to know what to do in your life. Go to the red person. So you will have to explain, this is me, this is some details, this is my family, okay, I'm confused about this. Then they will be able to get the information from God and know their intuition is very strong. The red intuition is very, very, very strong. It's probably better than all the other ones. Like, I'm sorry I have to say that, but because everybody, every color, every chakra has something that no one else has. So the red has this intuition where they can see really far ahead. So they can see all the way down the road, but we can only see this far.
Is it the red or is it the blue?
Well, we can all see really far, but I'm talking about a red telling you what to do with your life. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
but like I said, or you said actually, we all have all the chakras, so we can all help each other within this leadership space. I'm just telling you that it's probably going to be the easiest for your listeners to go find this red person, not a blue person. Even though I help people with their lives all the time, but I help them through the mind. I don't always know the best actions for them to take to turn their whole life around completely. Does that make sense?
So it's more like a variety of options, more like theoretic options, varieties. But if it comes to action, you have to feel it in your bones what it belongs to you. What actually sounds good to you. Because for one person, one thing would sound great. And for another person, it's like, no, I hate it. No matter what you say, I'm hating, right? So it's kind of like a flavor. We follow the smell of something which is matching our vibration, right?
Yes, that's perfect. And some of the people that can tell you what to do, you still might not like them. But the thing is that they have an ability to see what you should do. And that's really what you need when you're very confused and lost. So, I'm just suggesting a different way to get some help. But if you just want to look at yourself and you just want to do it all yourself, then you need to get in touch with that part of yourself that knows what to do. Because you also have a root red chakra that's a natural leader inside you. And you can ask that part of yourself, what the hell is going on? And you will get an answer.
Yeah, but I love what you said, that if you want to be a leader, find the person, the right person who is an amazing leader, and he knows or she knows where she's going, what's the goal, how to become strong, how to become successful, and just follow this person, learn as much as you can, copy what they did if it comes to process. Of course, you never copy exactly because you are the person yourself. You will always make it yours. Right, it's your way to walk. Right, it's your bridge to cross. But yes, that's amazing. Actually, what I would say, because a lot of people have such a huge ego and they think that they know everything, and they don't want to follow people. They say, no, I don't have to follow anybody. I'll just watch TV, and they spend no time on watching TV.
Here's something I can say to that person. So if you think you know everything, you do know everything about something. But it's only one thing. It's not everything. Okay? I know a lot about some things that not a lot of people know about. But there's a lot of things I'm not an expert in. So one of the problems I think that we have in our world, Lady Aga, is that everybody thinks they can do everything by themselves.
Yes, that's me.
But, well, you're an exception.
No, that's my problem. Because, see, like, sometimes I try to work with people, I give them something to do, and if they don't do it right, I am nervous, and it's like, I could do it myself, I'll do it better. And that's a problem, because sometimes you are growing, and you need hire people. And you need to trust that they actually will do the job. If they do it wrong, you need to give them a permission to make mistakes and learn how to be better. And sometimes
I think that you need a red to help you to make sure all those people are doing their job correctly.
Exactly. And that's what one friend who is very successful told me. You know what I do? Because I asked him, what you did? You are so extremely successful. He's like, well, my one thing I'll tell you, I always hire smarter people than I am.
Right. That's another good thing to do.
I hire experts in everything he needs to be handled. Marketing, he will hire the best marketing person. For example, entertainment, he will hire the best entertainment. So it's like, if you have, of course, this capacity to be able to hire the best experts because it costs a lot of money, right? But before, maybe you can develop some of your own qualities, but sooner or later you'll have to rely on other people, either to learn from or.
I have to say that, let's say, because I always like to bring it down to the bottom. Because I am also a teacher. I was a high school teacher. I taught adults. I taught English for a long time. Look at your family. I bet you have somebody in your family who's a natural leader. Or maybe you have somebody in your family who's the artist, who is actually good at marketing, but maybe that's not their job, but that's their natural gift. Mm-hmm. So you have everything you need right now.
Wow, amazing.
But it's like where you have to know what to look for. So I'm helping you know what to look for because, Lady Aga, if you go hire a really good marketing person, but what if that person is a green and not a purple? Stephanie's not going to be happy.
The green, not the purple? What does it mean?
Because, okay, if you want the best marketing person and they cost a lot of money, that's fine, but I hope they're purple. You see, I want them to be natural marketing, not just marketing because they learned it in school.
Oh, yes.
You see that? You need both.
Yes, someone with a heart and creative enough to come up with new ideas. Conquer the competition.
So now it's going to be even better because you actually thought about was this person a marketer when they were 2? Or did they become a marketer when they were 20?
Ah, yeah. The natural talents.
Right? So you can get more out of these really expensive people, or you can go to your family or your friends and get them to help you because they know. So if you look at my book was created by an artist who was a natural artist, the cover.
Beautiful. I'll show you.
Okay, so that's good because a lot of people like the cover.
Yes,
but
it's very catchy. Very clear, catchy, and the title is amazing. And it's in the middle. You can see it immediately from far distance. So someone did a great job. And I love those shapes, which are like a holy geometry, I think.
Yes, holy geometry.
That's very nice.
So maybe that person went to school, they learned all this stuff, and that's good. But there's also that ability that they have from that chakra that's giving them a lot all the time, even when no one's talking to them. So that is so, so powerful, and that's what I want you to know is so, so powerful, because if you're we go back to the leader, so if you're a natural leader, you know that, okay, I need to have a goal and I need to take action towards my goals. And sometimes that person says, no, I don't want to be the leader right now. So then what happens is their energy gets scattered. Their energy goes everywhere and then they become smaller. Okay? Like a smaller life, right? Like they don't want to expand. So these things happen to people. But if you can understand that you have this natural ability that no one is teaching you, that you have already all the time, it's always there.
So what to do if someone blocks it? So
they will be unhappy probably. They will probably be unhappy.
And how to help people like that unblock it?
Well, partly you do need to know what it is you're good at. So I'll tell your audience, if you like to tell people what to do and everybody thinks you're bossy, then you are probably a natural leader. So it's important to start to think about the goals if you don't have any, and then to, guide other people to help you achieve them.
Wow, that is amazing to say.
that will make you happy. I promise. I promise.
But sometimes people are so brainwashed in a way through religion that tells you stay humble. You know, especially those Orthodox religions tells you, you know, you just need to get rid of any material desires, especially those which tells you you're more than nothing. Don't be egoistic. Don't think you're someone better than anybody else. So see, like all those like different thoughts can kill your natural ability to be a leader.
Right, but you know the problem with that is, okay, those are some good qualities to have sometimes. Okay, but maybe not all the time.
Yeah, because they can go wrong, right?
Well, I think this is a European issue, and I think that a lot of Americans who have European background also have similar ideas about don't get ahead of anyone else. Stay back.
Yeah.
Stay in a group. Stay with the group. Yeah. Don't get ahead of the group. But guess what? If you stay back and you're supposed to be ahead of the group, then the group can suffer. Because the group needs you to go ahead.
Amazing. That is amazing.
So do you want to make people suffer more? Or do you want to make people suffer less? I choose less.
See, because people think, oh, I cannot do it because people will suffer when I go ahead. But
no, you'll suffer if you don't.
Huh.
Because the more that I am myself, the more that you are yourself, the more that we can help other people. But if I try to stop being myself and I don't teach, you know, Lady Aga, I met her at a show and she walked by my table and she threw her card on my table and she said, I do radio shows.
Yeah.
Kept walking. I didn't talk to her very much. A little bit. And then I start to think, I need to teach some people. I need to get an audience. Lady Aga has an audience. So I don't sit back there on the couch. I have to be myself. I have to find some place to be myself. This is one place right now. Okay? So it's the same with the leader. Whoever is in your life, maybe it's your coworkers, maybe it's your family, maybe it's your kids, maybe it's your students, whoever it is. Those people need your help, but they need you to be yourself. They don't need you to pretend to be like everybody else and to stay back.
See, this is so important because so many people, and including me, and including people I know, they, either women, they push their beauty back because you know, when I have kids, I should not be sexy anymore. I should not be beautiful anymore. Like, I have kids, so I have to be now ugly, fat, and that's it. A lot of women, that's what they become. And then the guys chasing young chicks, okay? Guys, I mean, women have to wake up. Like, we all have to wake up to who we truly are and don't sacrifice it because the social correctness.
Here's an interesting point about the red person. Did you know that the red chakra is female? I don't care if the red chakra is in a man. That red chakra is a female. All the leaders, all the natural leaders, it's a female energy.
No way.
Yes, and everybody thinks it's a male energy, but it is not.
No way.
No, it is a female energy.
Wow.
Do you feel what I'm saying?
Oh,
when you know what to do, you do it. That is a female thing. That is not a male thing.
Wow. That is very opposite to what I always thought.
I know, right?
Wow, because I thought always, like, my daughters are very leadership people like me. And I thought, like, guys, don't be too much because then you become too masculine. Because they're like, I want to do it, right? So, like Napoleon or something. But it's a female.
Well, I mean, so it's good that they are feminine too. I'm just saying that, okay, like, you have to think about what is feminine and what is masculine.
Mm-hmm.
So the intuition is feminine.
Mm-hmm.
Guiding people is feminine.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's feminine. So then, okay, I tell you what to do. Well, that's sometimes masculine, sometimes feminine, but you see the most of it is feminine.
So it's like a mother. Actually,
Yes.
Actually, the mother is the person
Yes.
who is holding the family together. The father is
Right.
the provider, but mother is keeping everything together.
A mother keeps everything together, and then the root chakra, right, is where the babies come out, right? So that's,
Yeah, the lives begin.
right? Okay, so that's the beginning is the female. The life begins as female, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the leader is female. That's why. So in a man like Donald Trump, okay, I'm only saying him because I know everybody knows him. Donald Trump is a red, but his gift, his leadership is feminine. Okay?
He's very feminine. He's funny, yes. And he's like, I like him kind of because he's funny and he's just feminine.
And that's okay. It's okay to like Donald Trump sometimes.
Sometimes he's not likable. Mm-mm.
Okay, but he's got this a feminine gift. Now, Obama, he had a male gift. Man, male gift. But Trump, man, female gift. So, for example, I am a woman with a male gift.
Mm-hmm.
But you are a woman with a female gift.
Oh.
So, you know, it's just some of us are opposite our body.
I was a tomboy when I was like maybe 14. I was a tomboy. I cut my hair. I was wearing like boy clothes and I was just very introverted. And I had to learn after a while how to be feminine because I stopped liking myself to be like a tomboy all the time and I wanted to be kind of like more popular and like have a boyfriend. So this way I actually attracted very feminine girlfriend. She was 5 years older than me and she was the most beautiful feminine person and most like, oh my goodness, everybody was in love with her. And I was just hanging out with her, observing and learning femininity from her.
That's great.
Yeah, because I was very masculine. But you have to probably handle both, masculine and feminine energy, to be like really good, master everything.
Yes. So it's okay to master your masculine energy too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
So, but you have to understand when we're talking about chakras that some of the chakras are male and some are female.
You know what? This is such a big discovery for me. I don't feel bad anymore about being a boss because I was always feeling a little bit, some kind of subconsciously bad about it. It's like, I don't want to be bossy.
I know that what you just said, that is why I am here because you just said that. I feel bad about this. Stop.
Yes. I'm learning a lot.
So it's like everybody who has that ability to guide someone else, you have this ability to see what's going on and know where the chairs go. Like the Reds are very physical people. They really relate to the physical world. They know where everything should go in a room. They're really good at getting people out of an emergency. Okay, they're very good at knowing how to get out of a crisis, and they like the crisis. They like it.
Oh my gosh! I hope I'm
not
liking too much to attract it.
They want to drive the ambulance and go find the person who got shot. That's the person. These feelings are normal.
Okay. So my question is how to immediately, like you're such an expert in recognition, who is who, because it's helping us. Like if I would like to date someone who is a leader, how immediately recognize someone like that?
Well, I think that it would be good if you could recognize all the colors. So why don't we come back to that at the end? Because it's not going to be real easy to see the leader as much until you also can see the other ones. Because everybody is something. And you can already think about who is very grounded. You know, the word grounded is the earth.
Yes.
So I am attached to the earth. I'm very stable, grounded. That's one way to tell who a red is. Someone who's very grounded, very calm in an emergency, very stable, and doesn't like excuses. So reds don't like excuses, and they are usually very good at commitment. They like commitment. They like tradition. They go in a straight line, and they like to go first. So they're always getting in line first. They're always first.
Okay.
Like in a grocery store, they'll be first in the line. Okay, like if it's a new line. Okay, you know how you go in the grocery store and then there's too many people and then somebody says, "Oh, here, I can help the next person."
I don't be like
and then the red is like the first one.
That would be me.
Okay, well like I said, you're an exception. So, but the reds also like to go last. So they like to go first or last. Huh. If you go last, it's like, you know how you go into a restaurant and some people go to the restaurant, they sit in the back and they watch the door. Right?
Because they like to be in
control. They have to sit.
Yeah, what's that?
Because they're going to protect the whole restaurant.
I know people like that. They're going to x-ray everybody in a room. Like they are ready to, I don't know, take attack or looking for terrorists.
But hey. So the red doesn't like to have a lot of stuff around them. They don't like a lot of stuff because that stuff gets in the way of that. They're like going to go into battle. Like it's a battle. Okay. So these are all characteristics that will help you identify who the red people are.
This is amazing, guys. I like it more and more as we go.
Yes, it's This is a system that the Tibetans first discovered. So people in Tibet, you know how spiritual Tibet is?
Oh, yes.
That, this is from Tibet.
So, I met one time in Los Angeles, one of the producers, like Hollywood producers, and he started teaching me Scientology. Scientology? How they call it? Scientology.
Scientology.
And he was talking about those characteristics. There is I don't remember. He gave me a book. I lost it. That was the biggest mistake because they explain, and he said like that. When you learn that, you can be the most successful person because you will know how to close the deal with everybody. Because you understand who you talk to, who you're talking to, and you will understand their psychology. So you will be able to use everything before it happens, almost like predict everything. So you'll know what to say. You'll know how to move your body, because a lot of things they also teach you how to read your body language. And when you know the body language map, then you immediately can put the person to which category, and you know how to deal with this person. With this person, you need to use those words, maybe use those colors. You cannot wear this kind of colors because it would aggravate this person, which, you know. So it's like,
let's talk about what a red likes. So, reds like people who get to the point. Reds don't like to take a lot of time to do one little thing. They like to take a small amount of time to do one thing, and then they do another thing. So they don't want to waste time. They don't want to listen to the stories, blah, 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 blah. They don't like the blah, 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 like, stop talking. Tell me the point. Why are you talking? They like that. Another thing, they do not like it when people try to make them feel good and flattery or that's what we call, like, if I try to make somebody feel good so I can get something from them, no. They want the truth. They like it when people are honest. They like it when people are direct. You can be, they like to play rough. Okay? Like, the girls and the guys who are reds, they are rough. They are not smooth, and they're not really like this. Like, they are not like Lady Gaga. She's very, very nice all the time.
At least
almost all the time. Except when she's being red. Okay. Reds are known for their, they get things done. They want to get things done. And you had said that we need to talk about the negative. So we probably should. So let's go to the dark side. The dark side is when the red is not really a good person, they are sitting on the couch. See that couch?
Okay.
They are sitting on the couch. They do not move. They don't want to do anything. Like, they're lazy.
Oh.
They're the laziest people I know.
My daughter.
The laziest people I know are the reds who are not doing their job.
Exactly. That's kind of like, I need to work with my daughter. She's so amazing at school. She has all A, but then she comes home and it's like, exactly, that's all.
Interesting. Yeah, so...
But she's a leader. She is like a bossiest person around, But
well, then, yeah, so she's at school, she's in her gifts, she's light. Then she comes home and she goes into her traps into the dark.
Yeah. She has her cave. She's hiding in a cave.
We need to bring some light into the home.
I'm Mother, yeah, I'm trying. Well, trust me, I'm trying.
So sometimes it's good if you want to talk to a red, you got to in touch with your own red. So like, I have a committee I have a conference every year in June, and I have a committee. And I have a red on my committee, and so sometimes when I'm talking to him, I remind myself, okay, you gotta talk to him on his level, so I have to go, and I'm the best leader I can be when I talk to him, because he relates to that. So reds respect it when you are acting like them.
I noticed, when I'm sweet and nice mommy, she doesn't even
She
listen
will
to
not take the sweet, nice mommy, no, because she doesn't need that.
That's exactly true. When I'm more stubborn and more like myself, then she's like,
now
okay,
she will go.
Listen to my mom. Yeah.
Yeah, but I will say this. The reds do need people to be sweet to them. But just not if they're doing, not all the time, and not from everybody, okay? So you just have a situation where she's got enough of that from you, and she just doesn't need that from you. Right?
So like a balance. It has to be balanced.
But okay, so if my husband was a red, I would need to be sweet to him because they do need that. Okay, or the girls and the guys, they all need that because that helps them get in touch with their heart. And then that makes them better connected to who they are and what they need to do. Amazing. Also, you can give your daughter a job that only she can do. And you give them responsibility. I
try.
Well, but okay, so what happens if she has the responsibility for something and then it doesn't happen and then a whole bunch of more things happen and that becomes her responsibility? See, I think that will push her. But normally,
how to make someone okay, if we have those chores cleaning, right, getting the trash out, maybe that's.
I mean, if there's 3 trash bags in the kitchen and there's 4 and there's 5 and you just don't do it until she does it.
That's how I should do. Wait for it.
I mean, I'm just suggesting this could work with a red.
That's
because
I started, but it's
they have to start to feel responsible. Until they feel responsible, they will be lazy.
how to make that responsibility happen. Like they own a part of the place, the home, and they actually want to contribute to the beauty of cleaning and stuff.
Well, see, what she's doing is she's taking advantage of you because you're the natural maid.
I like clean.
So she's basically saying, you're the maid, do the maid job. I'm the leader. I get to sit here and tell you what to do.
Exactly.
That's what she's doing. So she is using the system. She's using the system I'm talking about.
Well, but I don't want to do everything by myself. I have a lot of work, so that's the point.
Well, that's why I said I really think it's important for a red. Reds need to know that they're needed. So if you have a red in your life and he or she is not doing anything and they're lazy, you have to get their emotions up. Get their emotion. Bring in their emotion. How do you need them? Make an emergency and then they will come in. So make an emergency in the house and then you can come in and fix it.
It's the end of the world. The garbage is like, you cannot get into the kitchen instead of the garbage.
Yes. Yes, this will work.
Wow, that's awesome. I love it. Yeah.
So, anybody, like, I had a red boyfriend for a long time, and sometimes he would ignore me. So then I would call, I'd be like, I would cry. I would be like, oh my God! And then he would call back. Because it's an emergency.
So it has to be emergency sometimes, guys. It has to be, otherwise you will have nothing back.
I'm telling you that this person, like, they should do it anyway, but sometimes we have to try to our own tricks and strategies because they are in the dark. So this is just to help get them out of the dark side. Once they're out of the dark side, then maybe they'll do it. Hopefully they try to do it without you having to have an emergency.
I'll have to have emergency like 3 times a day.
Maybe.
And I want to leave on emergency level. Emergency again.
I've got another emergency for you.
Yeah, well, I understand. It is all true. I'm telling you, this conversation helped me a lot. We will finish today maybe, so we will not override our video, but we will have another show about the next chakra, which is who?
No, the salesperson, the orange, that's actually the party people.
Party?
The party people. So next time we're going to party.
Party. So that's going to be a salesperson. So it's a lot of people who are listening to my shows that are salespeople. So that would be amazing for them.
And even if you're not a natural salesperson, I will show you how to go to this natural salesperson.
Amazing. I love this. Amazing. Okay, Stephanie, that was a very amazing show. Wonderful time with you. You're like really showing what's inside you, and you can read me through my like questions. So that's amazing. I can see a lot of talent in you. So like this is first show which we are doing on my public page, which I just started. And I'll post it now on my private Facebook page, which I have a lot of people, so they will watch it as already a show which happened. Second time, I'm working on technical problems because I would like to connect us to my private page where I have all those people. And they can actually interact with us. I can put some questions into the video, pull it in, and then we can have more interaction in the next video, hopefully. All right, so we will go through a few shows because we have all those chakras going through.
At least 7 shows.
Exactly, beautiful. I'm so happy.
We probably have another show after that.
Summarizing and giving people like summary, like conclusion, how to help yourself. Awesome.
Right, and there's a lot. If you can read English, you can get my book. If you read Russian, you maybe can get my book in very soon in Russian and in Spanish. It's coming very soon. Also, my book is written in a simple language. It is not a very, very difficult book for American people. I wrote it down, okay? Because nobody knows what I'm talking about. So it is not an advanced book. It is a beginner.
Because I see already a lot of things. You enlighten me, but it's in a very easy way to explain, so you can actually understand, and it's fun. I actually laughed, so it's fun too.
Good. Well, I'm glad. I hope everybody. If you have any questions, put the question below the video.
Awesome. Yes.
And then I can come back and answer the question. Or actually, Lady Aga really does understand my work. She can also answer some questions.
Well, thank you so much. I really try to, get into it. So I'm putting the dots together.
Yeah, you did. And thank you for having me on your show. I appreciate your help.
Thank you so much. And thank you for being on my show. So we are like helping each other to grow.
Yes, we are.
And we'll have you very soon back, okay? And talk about the next chakra, which is salesperson, and how to become amazing in selling yourself. Because whatever we sell, we always first sell ourselves. So
right. How to be happy. How to be happy. Yes. That's for this next chakra is the happy chakra.
Happy. Oh, it's better. I need some happiness, more happiness.
Well, I'll talk about the joy next.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Stephanie. So I will see you soon. If you guys have any questions, please like the video too. And I will see you soon. All right?
Right.
So thank you so much. This is last time I showed the book. You can go and where is the book available to buy?
On Amazon.
On Amazon. Beautiful. So you can go on my Amazon and you can buy the book. All right? Thank you so much. I will see you soon and have a great night. Thank you. Bye-bye.